So I'm a big believer that you've got to teach people that nerves are normal. And anxiety is a normal part of any time that you're either being evaluated or you feel like all eyes are on you. And I then teach them how to breathe. And we do breathing exercises in class. And what's nice is that so many students have had either sports or yoga or martial arts, some type of activity where they understand diaphragmatic breathing. That when we go through the exercise in class, they can experience what it means to go, oh, now I feel a lot more confident in presenting. And the second thing that I do is I try to be as transparent as I can about my own anxiety. I mentioned that I have a technical background, and I was a biochemistry undergrad major and sneaked over to the comm department and took some classes because I was kind of interested in that process. But my freshman communication class in college was pretty transformational for me. When I was in high school, I was an extemp speaker. So I spoke extemporaneous, and I did pretty well at competitions. But what no one knew is that after I spoke and gave my presentations, I would go to the bathroom and I would throw up. My anxiety was so bad that that was the only way that I could manage it. And I didn't tell anybody, and I thought that I was weird. And then I got in my comm class, and I was making A's on my speeches. And all of a sudden, they told us we had to go in and watch our video. And I made every excuse on the planet to not watch my own video. And finally, my instructor said, "You're gonna have to watch it or I'm gonna fail you in the class." And I was like, "I can't do it." Well, he was really kind, and he said, "Why don't you come into my office and watch it with me?" I still remember that conversation, and as I think through it, I remember my own emotions watching myself. 5 seconds into my video, under my breath, I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh, my eye contact is so bad. My hands are terrible." He didn't let me go more than about 20 seconds before he stopped the video, and he looked at me and he said, "Shut up." He said, "Quit critiquing yourself. You're good." I had this sense that I had to be perfect. And I think that at the University of Texas at Austin, we have a lot of students who try to be perfect. And what I didn't realize is that the audience, they don't expect you to be perfect. They actually expect you to be real. Once I realized that, I could take some of that anxiety off of myself. I still feel the nerves. I feel the nerves to this day. But I've learned to handle them. And I tell my students how I've gone through that process. We also talk through a lot of different ways to handle nerves. And students eventually in the class will even feel comfortable saying, "Gosh, I felt so nervous." And we talk about the fact that some people get nervous before they speak. I'm not that kind of person. Mine builds over time and reaches a point where I can't control it. The other thing we talk about is that nerves are different in different settings. Some people, when they're being evaluated, feel that. Some people are more nervous one-on-one, and that's usually why they can't interview well for jobs. Other people have no problem standing in front of a big group. So we talk about these different contexts, and we talk about the fact that nerves are so normal, that it's more a matter of accepting the fact that you have it. And then I always tell people, it sounds very cheesy, but I say, "You feel butterflies? Well, imagine that you're going to grab those butterflies and harness them as energy. So instead of nerves, use them for power and strength and confidence."